Hey everyone, welcome to EtherDelta. So we've recently had a lot of volatility in the market. Just yesterday, Coinbase listed Bitcoin Cash, which a lot of you know saw crazy gains at first and then a lot of dumping afterwards. Actually, Coinbase halted Bitcoin Cash when it got to a little over 8,000 on their website, and they did that because they believe there was some insider trading going on. So Bitcoin Cash has been known to have a lot of pumping going on with it from a lot of different people who are invested. You have a lot of high profile people like Roger Ver and a couple others that love to talk about it and bash Bitcoin. And it'll have moments where it'll rise a lot and then it'll dump out of nowhere. So we saw this with whenever it listed on Coinbase. Actually, the price shot over 50%. I believe it went from $2,500 all the way to about $4,800 on most exchanges, and then Coinbase it went over 8,000, and they actually halted trading, and they announced on their Twitter that Coinbase maintains a strict trading policy and internal guidelines for employees. Coinbase employees have been prohibited from trading in Bitcoin Cash for several weeks. So basically what happened is prior to Coinbase releasing Bitcoin Cash on their website, there is a strong accumulation you can see here prior to that release. So after that accumulation, they announced it, and then shortly after, it rose a little bit more, but then it had a huge dump. So there's a lot of people buying it up and then releasing it after the news came out, which is really no surprise to a lot of people. I mean, they say buy the rumor, sell the news. So it was definitely, it was crazy. I actually traded a little bit of it because, I knew there was some profit to be made, because anytime something in the news with Bitcoin Cash comes up, especially a listing on Coinbase, it's going to pump. So, again, try to take advantage of these. But again, there's always going to be people who are, on the inside that know a lot. So just always be careful when trading any coin, that's been pumped up as much as Bitcoin Cash has been recently, because you never know when there's just going to be a big dump like this. So right now it's actually at about $3,600. So that's not too bad from when they first released the news. But now you can see a lot of the altcoins and even Bitcoin are bouncing back. So Bitcoin's over $17,000 again. It had a little dip. I believe it was in the low 16s or 15s, and now it's gone back up over 17,000. And then you have you have Ripple actually over $1 for the first time. So we're going to be talking about that too. And then you have Litecoin around 330, and then a lot of these other altcoins up double digits. So Verge is up 100% at 15 cents. So it's good to see altcoins are back. I know yesterday there's just a lot of red. Basically, a lot of people taking profits, jumping into Bitcoin Cash and a couple other coins. So it's good to see, a lot of coins are on the rise now. But again, always be careful, of this insider trading or when a coin is pumped this much. I mean, you have people from Twitter, talking about this, and it's saying very strange accumulation and pump on Bcash in the hours leading up to the Coinbase ad. And this guy Whalepool has over 19,000 followers. So again, they're aware, and of course it's always going to be insider trading. But again, just be aware of it and try to take profits when you can, and just don't get too greedy with it, because again, you never know when it's going to dump. So that's going to be big. The next news I want to talk about is, again, Ripple. So the first time it's hit over $1, and that's huge for anyone tracking Ripple. I mean, for the longest time it was hitting about 25 cents, and it was staying in that 15 to 25 cent range for the longest time, and then recently spiked up to 80 cents, had a small retracement, and then it just went over $1 today. So that's really great news. There actually hasn't been any recent news come out for Ripple, but I think the biggest news on it is just its involvement with South Korea and Japanese banks. So for those who don't know, the South Korean cryptocurrency market has actually pushed the Ripple price up over 71% over the past 24 hours. So, and it was triggered by the Ripple blockchain-based payment trial conducted by Japanese and Korean banks. So this was on December 13th, and basically what's happening is the banks are actually testing Ripple's blockchain, and they're testing it with a lot of their transactions. So, there's over $1 billion worth of transactions going through with Ripple, and they plan to expand that next year. So it says here that according to Nikkei, Japanese banks have already developed Ripple-based systems to process global payments on its blockchain network. Cross-border payments between South Korean and Japanese banks will be beginning on January 31st if pilot tests throughout December are successfully conducted. So again, you know how much banks trade. I mean, billions, if not trillions of dollars a day. So if you have these huge countries, you know, I mean, South Korea and Japan using Ripple for their, you know, their global payment system, that's going to be a lot of money traded. So in order to do that and facilitate those transactions, they need a lot of Ripple. So I think that's been a big contribution to what's been happening to Ripple over the past couple of weeks. I mean, it's just been crazy the amount of growth it's had. So keep an eye on that one. You know, it's a lot of people think it's going to be, you know, a big player in 2018, and I can definitely see that with a lot of this accumulation going on. You have this article here that was posted yesterday that's saying Ripple is strong on a bullish continuation, and they draw a Fibonacci chart, and they say expect it to, you know, retrace back to the 61% level, but then if it does get to that, then it's going to go after consolidation happens, and it'll have a target of $1.25. So there's a lot of people have their eye on Ripple right now, and again, you know, expect a lot more talk about this coin as we move forward. So last but not least, you may have heard of this, but recently EtherDelta was hacked, and they've actually suspended their service so far, just until, you know, the issue is resolved. So basically, for EtherDelta is one of the main sites that coins list after their ICO goes public and they release their tokens. Then they'll usually release them on EtherDelta first. And, you know, a lot of good coins have been released on here. Some of you may know DRGN was the coin I was talking about when it was 25 cents, and now it's over $1. So this has been a huge coin. There's been a lot of others, but, you know, I mean, EtherDelta has been the only place you could buy DRGN up until recently, where Kucoin is available on that, and I'll go over that too in a minute. But what EtherDelta published on their Twitter is they said, we have reason to believe that there has been malicious attacks that temporarily gained access to the EtherDelta DNS server. We're investigating this issue right now. In the meantime, please do not use the current site. Then they tweet a second time, be aware, the Imposers app has no chat button on the navigation bar, nor the official Twitter feed on the bottom right. It is also populated with a fake order book. So, you know, it looks like someone spoofed their domain, minus the Twitter feed and chat interface. So it's basically, this could, you know, enable it to empty user wallets. So it's clear, right now it's unclear if this breach has had any effect on EtherDelta users. I believe they said if you use the MetaMask wallet and there's two others, then you wouldn't be affected. But again, you know, still be cautious, because with, you know, cryptocurrency getting as popular as it is, I mean, there's going to always be a lot more hackers. So always try to store your coins on hardware wallets, you know, offline cold storage, and then, you know, if not there, then at least off of an exchange. So it's at least, you know, somewhat more safe than just having it on there. So right now, actually, if you do have a MetaMask wallet and you try to get on EtherDelta, then you can see here that it actually blocks you from going to the website. So it says MetaMask believes this domain is to have malicious intent and has prevented you from interacting with it. This is because the site tested positive on the Ethereum phishing detector. So again, you know, they know that something's going on with EtherDelta, so that's good that they automatically block you from getting to the website. So that's good on MetaMask. If you have a wallet with them, you know, definitely you're doing good there already. But again, like, if you're trading DRGN and you still haven't bought it, or you're thinking where else you can buy it, they recently listed on Kucoin. And Kucoin is actually, it has about half the volume of EtherDelta, but it's growing rapidly. They're actually listing a lot of new coins, and they listed DRGN not too recently. So that's also what caused DRGN to spike. But yeah, Kucoin is a great website. It's getting a lot of the latest coins. And for now, while EtherDelta is down, I believe we're going to see a lot of traffic on this website. So if you want to sign up, I do have a link in my description, and I'll link it in the comments as well. But again, you know, be careful. And again, you know, hopefully EtherDelta will fix this in the next couple days. But you know, exchanges are always getting hacked, or at least DNS attacked. So just be on the lookout for that, and you know, always protect your cryptocurrencies. So with that, hope this video helped you out. If you liked it, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, thanks for watching.